So long as the other, usually a youngster, a child, or a pet, is doing as instructed and are obliging, we are happy to call them good. Rarely do we pause to consider what is good and what is bad, especially when it comes to how we bring up our girls. Hello and welcome to Navigate with Kalpana. In this episode, I want to talk about the values and standards we consider important and believe are immune to changing times. It is not unusual to hear people talk about their family values and how they have not changed for generations. I believe that values do change and we are all part of this changing value system. When I was growing up, it was not uncommon for me to be told to keep quiet and not talk so much and to keep my counsel. My opinion was not a requirement, and if I had it, then it was a problem, especially if I was challenging some belief the family held dear. Today, young children going for school admission interviews are asked what they think about XYZ, and the child's answer is acknowledged, maybe discussed if unusual, but rarely is the child reprimanded for expressing an opinion. In fact, parents urge a silent child to speak up, prodding him and saying, say. Being too shy, introverted, or tongue-tied is not considered good anymore. Young women of yesteryears, and even today in some communities, are not required to have opinions, and if they do, they should reflect those of family elders. But on the whole, the need to speak up is firmly encouraged in the education system and in the job market. The precocious bad girl of yesterday is a smart girl in today's world. My grandmother once told me that one of her most treasured possessions was a small shard of broken mirror she had found and had hidden from prying eyes. She would take it out when she was sure no one was looking to peer at herself. It was as if she was spying on herself. I heard stories of how my aunts were tormented on the way to school by their brothers for attempting to put on a bit of talc on their faces, and how their natural kiss curls were questioned. My grandmother was encouraged not to think about her looks. When she was married off, there were many factors taken into consideration, and yes, looks was a consideration. But those looks were an integral part of who she was, an expression of her genes, if you will. Later, as a housewife and mother, she had better things to do than be concerned for her appearance. Keeping busy, doing household chores, and eating moderately was sufficient for grandma to stay in reasonable shape. And anyway, after having a child, she was supposed to look like a mother. There was an unspoken reprimand that so-and-so did not look like a mother. Today, many of us, for ourselves and our daughters, are obsessed about the way we look. Lotions and potions, treatments and diets are up for everyday discussion. Today, most of us have a small compact mirror handy, and it's considered a necessity way beyond vanity. Being well-groomed is important, and a mirror is a helpful tool. Today, everyone wants to look young, and there is a whole industry and economy supporting this very purpose, from yoga, gyms to Botox, turmeric paste to lasers. Women were married young so that they were moldable, without strong opinions and individual personalities. Before they grew their horns was an expression I heard from an uncle. A cousin once told me that his ideal wife was someone his mother approved of, not like the rest of us mouthy cousins. Today, a smart young woman is one who is aware, alert, has opinions, is well-groomed, makes choices, and is individually successful. Everything my mother never had a chance to even consider. and strangely, I consider myself sandwiched between the two. My mother and grandmother's voices say that my daughters and granddaughters, the very ones I am so proud of, are very bad girls. Some of us generationally are caught between the good girls and the bad girls. How graciously are we traveling this road? Are we just dishing out empty smiles, nodding our heads, being fearful of what is going on? Let's appreciate that times and values have changed quite drastically and examine our prejudices. Let's stay relevant and celebrate that we have lived through these amazing societal changes. I would love to know what you think. Thank you for watching Navigate with Kalpana.